A chosen one's secret, why they feel like outsiders. Have you ever felt like you're not meant for this world? That large, noisy crowds drain your energy and leave you feeling utterly disconnected? What if I told you there's a profound spiritual reason for this sense of alienation? It's a sign you may be a chosen one. Stay with me, because in the next few moments, we're going to uncover the hidden truth behind this intense feeling, and why your inability to fit in is actually your greatest power. Chosen ones possess a profound and ethereal energy, a unique essence that impacts every person and every space they encounter in ways that are often deeply unsettling. This presence is far more than mere charisma or a pleasant demeanor. It's a deep, vibrating frequency that emanates from their very core, a spiritual signature that is both magnetic and overwhelming. People are instinctively drawn to this energy, sensing something powerful and ancient within it. Yet at the same time, this same force can make them feel suddenly vulnerable and exposed, as if their own facade has been stripped away. Picture yourself entering a room and feeling an undeniable shift in the atmosphere. The air becomes thick with an invisible force, stirring deep emotions, forgotten memories, and unexamined truths within those present. For a select few, this intense energy is captivating, evoking a sense of awe and spiritual curiosity, pulling them closer to the chosen one. But for most, the intensity is deeply overwhelming, leading to an instinctive urge to retreat, causing a sense of profound unease, intimidation, or even a subtle aversion. The chosen one's very being becomes a powerful catalyst, forcing others to confront the hidden parts of themselves, a task many are simply not ready for. This dynamic creates a constant push and pull, a dance of attraction and repulsion that defines the chosen one's interactions. This paradoxical presence inherently carves a solitary and often misunderstood path for the chosen one. While they have an innate and powerful ability to forge deep, soulful connections that transcend the superficial, their intense energy can also set them apart, creating a profound and often painful sense of isolation. The very qualities that make them extraordinary, their depth, their wisdom, their authenticity, can act as an insurmountable barrier to the connection they crave. They may yearn for genuine understanding and find themselves in a world that operates on a different frequency, where their depth is met with the shallowness of typical social gatherings. Imagine a chosen one at a crowded party, a vibrant whirlwind of noise and small talk. Despite their physical presence, they feel a crushing sense of disconnect, their rich and complex inner world completely at odds with the triviality of the conversations around them. This discrepancy is not a flaw in their character. It is a fundamental difference in their energetic makeup, a spiritual mismatch that leaves them feeling profoundly lonely in a room full of people. This constant experience reinforces the belief that their journey is meant to be walked alone, a truth that is both freeing and burdensome. This is precisely why solitude becomes a conscious and vital choice for preservation, rather than a mere preference. It's a sacred sanctuary where the chosen one can retreat to recharge their depleted energy and reflect on the profound nature of their spiritual journey without distraction. Solitude is not an act of rejection against others. It is a necessary act of radical self-care, a profound way to protect their authenticity and integrity from the constant bombardment of external energies. Within the quiet of their inner landscapes, they find the space to dive deep, to connect with their true selves, and to find peace in their own company. It is here that their energy, so often overwhelming to others, can finally flow freely. They discover genuine belonging not in the vastness of large crowds, but in the intimate and carefully curated circles of like-minded individuals who can understand and appreciate their depth without fear. These rare and precious relationships are built on mutual respect and a soulful understanding, creating a safe haven where they can express their authentic selves without the constant worry of judgment. For a chosen one, the spiritual law is clear. The quality of a connection will always, without question, triumph over its quantity, making a single, meaningful bond more valuable than 100 fleeting acquaintances. This profound truth guides their life, helping them navigate a world that often prioritizes the superficial over the substantial. The intense, mirroring energy of chosen ones frequently triggers a paradoxical mix of fascination and fear in those around them. Their authentic presence acts as a raw, unfiltered spiritual mirror, reflecting back not only the truth of their being, but also the inauthenticity, the unaddressed fears, and the unresolved traumas of others. Many people are deeply intimidated by the truths they see reflected in this mirror, and their fear of vulnerability leads them to instinctively retreat from these profound interactions. This often leaves the chosen one feeling deeply misunderstood and painfully isolated, a constant cycle of reaching out and being met with resistance. Despite their best efforts to open up and connect, their very intensity can be a force that pushes people away, especially those who are not ready to confront their own shadows. This dynamic creates a painful and isolating reality. Their genuine essence, the very thing they wish to share, becomes a significant barrier to the meaningful connections they so desperately seek. It is a heartbreaking dichotomy, forcing the chosen one into a position of constant emotional risk. Their authenticity is a gift, but it is a gift that requires a level of courage and self-awareness from the recipient that most people are not prepared to offer. This experience of rejection and avoidance solidifies their need for solitude as a form of self-preservation. The profound isolation experienced by a chosen one is not a personal failure or a flaw in their character. It is a defensive mechanism born out of sheer necessity. It acts as a shield against the constant barrage of misunderstandings, the misinterpretations, and the unwavering reluctance of others to engage on a deeper, more meaningful level. Rather than constantly risking rejection or enduring the pain of being fundamentally misunderstood, they make the conscious choice to find solace in their own company. This journey is far more than a personal quest for self-discovery. It is a true form of spiritual warfare. Their radical honesty, their authentic nature, and their unwavering commitment to their personal truth challenge the established societal norms and expectations that a world built on superficiality holds dear. This often leads to strong resistance, hostility, and even outright avoidance from those who benefit from the comfort of the status quo and fear a force that threatens to expose their own inauthenticity. This spiritual battle is waged not only externally against the forces of society, but also internally, as they must constantly confront their own doubts and fears. Chosen ones are fundamentally different. Their unique perspectives, their deeply held values, and their resonant energies set them apart from the mainstream, an inherent divergence that makes them feel like perpetual outsiders in a world that prizes conformity and sameness above all else. They possess a vision that sees beyond the surface, a lens that instinctively questions conventional wisdom and invites deeper, more profound truths to the forefront. This difference is not a weakness to be corrected. It is a foundational aspect of their very being. By embracing their uniqueness, their individuality, and their so-called weirdness, they become silent pioneers, forging new paths and paving the way for revolutionary ways of thinking and being. They serve as living proof that true belonging comes not from the painful act of trying to fit in, but from the courageous act of honoring one's inner truth, even when it means standing alone. they show us that there is a different way to exist. In the world, one built on authenticity and integrity, rather than on external validation. Their journey is a testament to the power of self-acceptance and the bravery required to live a life that is truly your own. Ultimately, every chosen one is called toward a destiny that lies far beyond the ordinary. They are not defined by societal expectations but are instead compelled by a higher purpose, a profound and undeniable inner knowing that drives them to seek meaning and fulfillment in spiritual pursuits beyond the confines of everyday, mundane existence. This pull is not a mere suggestion. It is a cosmic call echoing deep within their soul, guiding them toward their true and authentic path. For them, solitude transcends a simple preference and becomes a strategic choice, a necessary tool in service of their higher purpose. It allows them the uninterrupted time and space to cultivate their inner landscapes, to dive into the deep, often untouched depths of their being, and to connect with the universal energies that exist beyond the limitations of the material world. In embracing this divine purpose, chosen ones find a profound sense of clarity and direction that cuts through the chaos and confusion of everyday life. They understand that their individual journey is but a small, yet vital thread in a much larger tapestry, a grand design woven by the hands of destiny itself. Despite the solitude and the challenges they face, they remain resilient and hopeful, understanding that their journey is not just about personal fulfillment, but about making a lasting contribution to the collective good and serving the highest ideals of humanity. Thank you for your attention. If this video resonated with you and you want to continue exploring these insightful topics, please consider subscribing to The Silent Calling. Your support is greatly appreciated. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, stay true to your unique path.